God is committed in attending to you according to your faith. It is always according to your faith in the Lord, according to your trust in Him. We want God to do, we want Him to open our closed doors, but the issue is, how much do we trust on Him? How much nothing until you have faith in Him, until you are able to rely on Him. It's always according to the faith. Today, some people have faith in the forces from the water. Some people have faith in their ancestral gods, in their territorial gods, and so on and so forth. And it worked for them. It gives them one miracle or the other, and so on and so forth, because it is all according to faith, according to whom you trust. So you can't be expecting God to do that gigantic miracle, that to move that mountain without you relying absolutely on Him, trusting that He is able. The Bible says, he that cometh to God must believe. As you are expecting Him to open your closed womb, as you are expecting Him to bless you in marriage, in your finances, in your health, you must believe that He is, and that He is the rewarder of all them who diligently seek Him. Not those who seek Him in doubt, not those who seek Him in error. No, but you must fully believe that it is only God that can do it. He is the only one that can dry my tears. The Bible says, woe to them that put their trust in man. Do you really trust God to grant you that promotion? Do you really trust God? Because where your faith stops, where your trust in God stops, is where His work, is where His power, is where His signs and wonder is going to stop in your life. As a child of God, as a minister, we ought to learn to trust God. That is covering you, no matter the mountains you are facing, no matter the hills and valley before you. I want you to understand it. God is able to do abundantly able, more than you could ask from Him, more than you and I could imagine. All He needs is our trust. If only we can trust Him, if only you can rely on Him. Your mountain is not bigger than Jehovah. The problem in your marriage, the problem in your ministry, the problem in your education, the problem in the place where you're working is not bigger than Jehovah. But the main problem is that we look at the size of the problem we are facing. We look at the size, the level of the damage that the enemy have wrought in our life, and we see it as something that cannot be repaired, as something that there is no other solution. If you have given up on yourself, God will definitely give up on you. If you have given up on God, also, God will also give up on you. So you have to keep believing. You have prayed prayers and nothing seems to be working. You have to keep praying until you get to your destination, until the veil is taken away, until the chains is broken, until that long-lasted curse is broken, until you are lifted. Daniel had prayed, and the angel of the Lord was sent to deliver his request. But along the line, the prince of peace shall withstood him. Some of us, our ministerial angel is being withstood. Some of us, many years ago, God have sent our request. The blessing we see from Him. He have had our request to grant to us our petition. But unfortunately, our ancestral demon, the territorial demons, some things have hijacked the very blessing, the very miracle. And some of us have given up and said, God is no longer attending to us. I have prayed prayers. Nothing seems to be working. It seems as if God is no longer hearing me. It seems as if God is no longer coming to my aid. I want you to understand God is still here. God is still answering prayer. God is still making a way where there seems to be no way. God is still making impossible to be possible. But you need to believe. You need to keep on praying. You need to keep on relying on Him. You know another thing? Stop comparing the size of your problem with the size of your God. How long the problem have lasted. Let the problem last as much as it can last. No matter how terrifying is what you are passing through, it can never be more powerful than the power of the Lord. Long time ago, many of us have stopped confessing faith. We are now used to whatsoever the enemy is bringing our way. He brings sickness, we say, well. He brings delay, we say, well. We take it, we swallow it. Some people end up thinking and even confessing, well, for it to come to be, that means God allow it. God, if He please you in what I am passing through, if He please you in seeing me live a life, live a life of mockery, live a life of disgrace, a life of defeat, no problem. If He please you, please me. I want you to understand it. It doesn't matter Jehovah. It's not the will of the Lord. It's not His plan for you. It's not His counsel for you. For you to pass through misery, for you to live in hope without your expectation coming to be. It's not the will of the Lord. He said, I have a thought for you. And that thought is not of evil. It's not of barrenness. It's not of sorrow. It's not of misery. It's not of woe. It's not a thought for shame, for you to live a life of shame. He said, a thought of good. In your marriage, a thought of blessing, a thought of upliftment, a thought of favor, a thought of redemption, a plan for restoration, a plan for divine breakthrough, a plan of divine reformation. That is His plan for you, for every good and perfect gift to come from the Lord. So I want you to understand that problem in your life is not the Lord. That is it. That you pray prayers and there is no answer and everywhere seems blocked, nothing seems to be working. It's not the plan of God for you. When you are dealing with stubborn enemy, you have to deal with them with stubborn prayer. If the enemy refuses to let go, you must prove to him that you too, men and women who are not willing to give up, men and women who are willing to stand, who are willing to say, Lord, I'm trusting in you. I don't care what the enemy is bringing in my way. I don't care how deadly the journey may be. I don't care how terrifying. I don't care the signs of my mountain. I don't care the forces that have ganged up against me. All I know, my God is able. All I know, my God will see me through. All I know is that nothing is impossible with my God. All I know that all things work for good to everyone that love the Lord, who are called according to His purpose. Hallelujah. All things, no matter what the enemy have ranged, all things, as a child of God, all things in marriage, all that you are passing through, in your finance, all that you are passing through, in your health, all that you are passing through, will surely work for your good and not of evil. Everything God allows in the life of a child of God is to land him on a better ground, is to land him on a better ground of testimony. Everything you call problem, everything you call trial, everything you call disappointment, everything you call misfortune, that the Lord allowed, not because of your sin, not because of your unfaithfulness, not because of your disobedience. God allow it, even though you are carefully following the Lord, faithfully following the Lord. That thing to be. I want you to understand it. He allow it because he wants you to land in a better ground. He allow it because he wants to announce you. He allow it because he has planned to take you to a better ground, to a place where he have designed for you, to a place where you will be honored, to a place because after the rain, the sun will surely shine. After the trials, after the temptations, after the tribulations, there is bound to be testimony. There is bound. The Bible says, all that will live godly in this world will suffer persecution. And many are the afflictions of the righteous, but out of them all, he will deliver. What is the size of your faith? How well do you trust God? Sometimes God is allowing some things to befall you as his beloved child, based on what he has destined you for, based on the size of the program he has drawn for you, even before your conception in the womb. But we fail to understand. We fail to rely on him that he knows what he's doing. And along the line, we begin to talk. We begin to lose faith. We begin to misbehave, thinking that he has forgotten us, thinking that he has abandoned us, because the enemy knows where God is taking us. The enemy knows what will be the result of we diligently following, obediently following the Lord. And he will bring doubt, and he will bring your prayers that God is no longer having any plans for you. All hope is gone. All hope is not gone. Learn to trust God. Even when there seem to be absolutely no reason to trust him. Learn to rely and depend on him, even when everything around you is suggesting to you that God has failed you. Learn to trust the Lord, even in your darkest night. Learn to rely fully on him, even though your mountain have risen so high, the storm and tempest have risen so high beyond your imagination. Learn to trust the Lord. You can't enjoy God until you begin to trust him. You can't enjoy your walk with the Holy Spirit until you begin to trust him. You have to learn to trust the Lord. You have to learn to rely on him. Let's go to the Bible. A man that trusts God, a man that relied on him, a man, even though he was not a child of God, so to say, even though he know little or nothing about the God of Daniel, but he knew what the God of Daniel is capable of doing, either through what he has witnessed, either through what he has heard. He never doubted the capability of the God of Daniel. He stood and he declared openly, is the God of Daniel. The book of Daniel. Let's read the book of Daniel, chapter 9. The book of Daniel, chapter 9. Okay, let's go to Daniel chapter 6. The book of Daniel chapter 6. Let's read verse 16. Daniel chapter 6, verse 16. Then the king commanded, and they brought Daniel and cast him into the den of lions. Now the king spake and said unto Daniel, thy God whom thou servest continually, he will deliver thee. Look at the word of the king. They moved this king to make a law. Why they were targeting on Daniel? I want you to understand, as a child of God, you are the main target of darkness. You are the main target of the witches and wizards. You are the main target of ancestral demon. You are the main target of the forces that oppose the kingdom of God. They didn't hate Daniel because Daniel was wicked. They didn't hate Daniel because Daniel stole from them. Daniel was a liar or a deceiver. They hated him because he served the living God. They hated him because he was a man that was not living a life of compromise, a life of deceit. So his love for his God draws so many hatred. So who told you that serving the Lord will not bring hatred to you? Who told you that serving the Lord will not expose you to temptation and trials? Jesus Christ said, if they have loved me, they will love you. But they first hated me. So if they hate you, remember that they first hated me. The world will always love his own and will not love that which is not their own. So that is why. So in the world, expect revelation. If you that want to stand out in that organization for the Lord, you want to live a life of truth, you want to obey the Lord, you don't want compromise in marriage, expect battles, expect trials, expect criticisms, expect to be accused, because we are in the world that hate the truth. We are in the world that hate the light. We are in the world. The Bible said that the light have come, shine forth. The light have come to the world. The world did the people of the world do? They hate the light because of water. The light is coming to expose them. The light is coming to hit their secret deeds. So they hated Daniel not because of his sin. And Daniel was not willing. Stood. And they said, may the Lord, nobody will make prayers. Nobody will make requests to any God, to any deity. And they lure the king to sign. Because they know there is no other place they will get Daniel except on his God. That's why some time ago I said, whether you like it or not, you can't be of God without Satan knowing you are of God. You can't be a genuine child of God without people. Even your enemy will testify to it that you're a child of God. Satan confirmed the salvation of Job. He said to God, does he fear you for nothing? And in the days of Daniel, the people of his time, his accusers, they said, there is no way you can get him. We can't fault him in any way. We have set so many traps to get in here. We couldn't get in. The only place you get Daniel, let's make a law against his God. Let's establish a law that this God wouldn't like anything his God will not like. Daniel will go against it. But anything his God like, Daniel will like. So the king did it. And after some time, they came to the king. Remember what you said. Remember what the law of the Medes and Persians said, that any decree, anything you have signed must stand. And the king said yes. And they said, we have caught somebody who have broken the law. And you say such a person will be thrown into the lion's den. And the king never sits. Listen to me. Sometimes God allows us to come to certain situation, to come to certain stage of life where you think that there is nothing can be done again. But in that moment you think nothing can be done again, is when he stepped in. When you have done all you could do and it seems not to work. When you have prayed all it seems to pray and nothing seems to be working, that is where he stepped in. Chinagboria mbike gburu onye ọrịa. Omembike gburu dibia. He will allow the enemy to execute. Of course, if they did not execute, you cannot know the capacity of your God, the voltage of the strength of your God. You cannot comprehend, you cannot understand how far he can go to deliver you, how far he can go to honor his word. So he have to allow some things. He have to allow the enemy, let them play, let them display what they think they can display, and at the end he comes in and take over. But there was something, there was a striking statement, a confession of faith, a confession of absolute reliance on God. The king said, Daniel, I know that your God whom you serve will continue to deliver you. And at your hour of crisis, remind the devil, remind the spirit, the forces behind your predicament. Remind them that my God is able to deliver me. I don't care the damage. My God is able. My God is able to turn things around for my testimony. I don't care the gang up of darkness. My God is more than able to scatter all that have gathered against me. What took the kingdom of darkness a millions of years to organize? In a second, in a minute, God is more than capable to scatter. God is more than capable to turn it upside down. But if only the people can rely, if only we can trust him. He said, I know that your God, whom thou serve, is able, continually able to deliver you, to redeem you, to see you through. In other words, even though we are taking you, we are putting you in the lion's den, he was there with you. And did he fail Daniel? Did he disappoint the king? God never disappoint the king. And on the next day, the man woke up and with a great voice and said, Daniel, Daniel, thy God whom thou servest, is he able? Because the man had assurance. And then I say, oh yes, king, my God whom I serve, he is more than able. He is capable. He is powerful. He is awesome. He is the unbeatable God. He said, God, I have no challenger. He said, God, that nothing ever stand on his way. No one oppose his agenda. And the commander and Daniel was brought forth. Absolute reliance. The issue is not that your problem is big. The issue is not that the damage is beyond repair. And the issue is that you have not activated the level of faith that will move God for your visitation. You have not activated the level of faith, the level of obedience that will make heaven to move on your matter, that will shake the kingdom of darkness for your testimony. My dear wonderful people, stop looking at the size of your problem and start looking at the God who knows how to handle every problem. God is never afraid of the battles in your life. Your problems doesn't scare him. How much do you trust him? How great is, how mighty is the size of your trust in the Lord? How unbeatable is your faith in that God you are calling on, in that God you say you are depending on, in that God? Can you trust him in the midst of fire? In, when it seems as if he has forgotten you, he has turned his back on you, can you still trust him? God will not allow evil to befall me. God will not allow evil to come my way. But what about when he allowed it? Just because he wants to honor you, just because he wants to uplift you. There are some heights in life, in your walk with God, that you cannot get until you pass through great trials. And listen, what we fail to understand most of the times, this level of what God allows in the life of his obedient child determine the level of the honor, of the testimony, of the manifestation that await that his child. May the Lord increase the oil of your faith. May the Lord rebrand you. May the Lord, his infinite mercy, tackle everything that has made you to lose faith in him. May the Lord of hosts reshape and rebuild. Dear child of God, don't give up, give up. When you give up and it's over, hold on to the Lord and trouble not your heart. Any faith is not over. Even when it fails, it's not over. Never give up, it's not over, my dear. When you give up and it's over, brethren, hold on to the Lord. Never trouble your heart. Even when it fails, you, it's not over. It's not over. No matter what seems to be the price you are paying, it's not over. Keep moving, keep believing. And the God that made Daniel to laugh at the end, that's God that made the three Hebrew children to be exalted at the end. That same God that announced Joseph at the end. That same God that exalted David at the end. We visit you, we honor you, we exalt you, We uplift you in the name of Jesus Christ. Share, comment, encourage one another with this. This is the voice of God in the night. Follow us, subscribe, and for your prayers, message us, and we will join hands as the Bible says, iron sharpeneth iron.